First of all, everybody, good morning. We get together on Fridays here in the mayor's office, and we talk about our heroes in our community. We talk about folks that are on the public safety side, and we talk about people that are city employees of the city of Albuquerque. And today we're going to have a good citizenship award as well. And it's just a great opportunity for us. And as I say every week, this is one of my favorite times of the week. And today, darn it, is a day when we just need a boost in Albuquerque. So for me, this is a very special day to be able to talk about good things in our community and people that are doing wonderful things to lift our community up. And I just want to thank our community for your outreach to our officers. It's been a very difficult week. Last couple of days, our police officers are struggling with some of the horrific things that had happened with the little Victoria in the last day or two. And I just want to say thank you to the community, because those officers, as well as the family and others, need that support. So thank you for doing that. And here we are again talking about Albuquerque Police Department personnel. We're talking about public safety folks that went above and beyond the call of duty. And I'm just really pleased to be here today to present the Friday's Hero Award to two of our APD officers, Jose Brionez, Officer Brionez, and Officer Solis is here, Officer Brenda Solis. And what we're going to talk about today is this. We think about emergency situations where the police show up, there's a health concern, they call the fire department comes in, does the medical work, or there's a medical emergency and the fire department shows up with a police department in tow, so to speak, and while the fire department does the medical work. Well, this is a story about APD showing up and doing the medical work while waiting for the fire folks to get there and take over, and they actually saved a life. So here's the story. On August 7th of 2015, Officer Brionez and Officer Solis responded to a call at Motel 6, and they found a man who was passed out. When they arrived, the officers located the man and determined that he was completely unresponsive. While awaiting for medical personnel, Officer Solis secured the scene while Officer Brionez began administering CPR. So a little bit of a switch in the way things worked there. After several minutes of CPR, the man's pulse was restored. The Albuquerque Fire Department and Albuquerque Ambulance arrived on scene, and at that point took over on CPR and immediately transported the man for further treatment. The medical team accredited Officer Brionez with restoring oxygen to the victim's brain and getting a pulse back. And Officer Solis' diligence to maintain and secure the area allowed Officer Brionez to put his undivided attention into the health of the victim, which resulted in the man's life being saved. And so there's a lot of talk about response times. There's a lot of talk about, we got to get there fast. Well, you got there fast. You took care of the situation. Got there actually before AFD in this situation. And because of that, we've got someone who is alive and well today because of your swift actions and your training and your ability to step up and not just keep us safe from a public safety standpoint, but save this man's life from a CPR standpoint. So today with me I have Major Art Gonzalez, who's going to talk a little bit about these two great officers, and I'm going to hand out the Friday's Hero Award. So thank you. Major.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, on behalf of Chief Gordon and the whole APD family, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you. I'd like to go ahead and echo the fine words that the mayor has said already, but it's truly an honor to go ahead and work alongside you and with you. It's through your diligence and hard work and response to this incident, it's obvious that you made a significant impact not only to the life that you have saved, but also to the family as well. So I'd like to go ahead and tell you I worked with Jose 20 some years. In fact, he was my first training officer when I was a cadet, so I've seen the hard work, and I've also seen the hard work of Ms. Solis as well. So again, it's truly an honor to go ahead and work with you all. You make us all proud, and thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And I'll tell you too, Chief Downey and the folks from the fire department, they a lot of times when the fire department has to go out as well and provide medical attention to the community, they rely on APD to be there to keep them safe while they're doing that. And so I want to send a thank you also from Chief Downey and the fire folks for everything that APD does to secure scenes so that medical attention can be delivered. So what I have, officers, is I have a Friday's Heroes coin that we commissioned for this specific purpose. It's got the city seal on one side. It's got our public safety agencies on the other side. And you know what this is? It's a small token, but it comes with a lot of gratitude. And it's just something that we want you and your family to have, to know that, number one, we appreciate what you do. Number two, thanks for going above and beyond the call of duty. And just be safe out there, and God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Officer, thank you so much. This is where we clap. On the evening of February 8th, Nicole Johns, a woman who lives here in Albuquerque, was on her way home from shopping at Walmart. She uses a motorized wheelchair as her mode of transportation. And when she got to the intersection of Cole and Morningside, the battery on her wheelchair died, and it left her stranded. And you can only imagine the personal crisis that is. So Christina saw her on the sidewalk while she was driving, and she chose to pull over and see how she could help this woman in distress. So that's a good Samaritan. She discovered that Nicole's battery had died and that she was mute and only able to communicate with a notepad. So she initially thought that she could just push Nicole and in her wheelchair home, but soon realized that 2 miles of pushing someone in a heavy motorized wheelchair with someone in it is it's kind of a long ways.
Yeah.
It's longer than a 2-mile walk. She also realized that she would not be able to load the chair into her car because, as you know, they're very heavy. So when Nicole told Christina that she didn't have any family that they could call, Christina resorted to calling 911. Good idea. The Albuquerque Fire Department and an Albuquerque ambulance service were dispatched, including a bariatric unit, which is equipped with a lift. The crews were able to load Nicole and her chair into the transport and get her home safely. Christina then stayed with Nicole the entire time. That's a really nice thing to do. And so I think the story here is about the fact that we live in a caring community. And sometimes people are having a bad day, right? And sometimes people have situations that keep them from, just making things that the rest of us think are simple.
Yep.
You know, for most of us, going to Walmart, getting our shopping done, and getting home is not a big deal. But if you're someone with a disability and you're in a wheelchair and that's your mode of transportation, and you get stuck, what time of day was it?
It was late at night, probably 5 or 6 o'clock.
Yeah, so you can only imagine. And so what we have, Christina, is we have normally what we do for our employees of the week is we give them a coffee mug so that they can be attentive on the job.
Yeah.
So we'll give you an employee of the week coffee mug as well. And then what
This
else?
won't go unused, Mayor.
Exactly. And then what I also have is it's called a Samaritan Award, and it says this certificate is awarded to Christina Mulcahy on behalf of the entire city of Albuquerque. I, Richard J. Berry, Mayor of Albuquerque, thank you for your public service and your dedication. Your actions have touched the lives of Albuquerque citizens, and we are all very grateful for your generosity and your consideration. And we live in a great city. And this is kind of what I was talking about a little bit earlier. It's been a hard week in Albuquerque, but at the end of the day, we're full of great people. We're full of great neighborhoods. We're full of folks that are willing to reach out and help their neighbors and their friends, even if they don't know them. And you're a perfect example of why Albuquerque is just a great place to be, because we're full of great folks. So with gratitude, I say thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.